Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. Sign up for a 1-week free trial, no credit card required, for access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Checking in on gold, miners, and we'll kick it off with the dollar because the dollar is still weak, and that is helping the precious metal bulls stay in full control. Hourly time frame ended up being a bear flag, continuation to the downside, lower highs and lower lows, keeping in mind that we are going to see an oversold bounce in the very near-term future. This daily RSI is down at 24, the weekly RSI, the lowest level in 6 years. So a bounce is coming, and we have to watch very closely the correlation to the precious metals and the dollar, because if it is inverse as it appears to be right now, we will get a signal for the top of precious metals being in when this gold or this dollar oversold bounce does get going. So gold, beautiful trend today. Higher lows and higher highs. We didn't see 2 red hours in a row at any point today, and there was no question who was in control the entire day. So it's always nice when it's that clear and easy. And looking at the daily time frame, we get this continuation, big green day, and follow through. We're now at some key resistances. I'm looking at this resistance, the high of this bounce attempt. That's up at 1258.73, and if we can break that level, the next site is going to be set really in the 1280s as the next major resistance. So the bulls have some solid momentum. They built a base of support. Now the low of this consolidation is important. That's down at 1235.14. Bulls remain in control as long as we keep forming higher lows compared to that level. So it's really a textbook hourly time frame in terms of the higher lows being set. And we had this little double bottom where we almost changed this trend, but we didn't. 1235.12, 1235.14. We held it by literally 2 pennies and then took off for continuation. So great job by the bulls in that regard. And let's see how that translated into the miners. Not anywhere near as strong. Let's just check that again. Gold candlestick on the daily, huge green Marabozu, tons of strength, big time follow through. On GDX, we had a gap up open and we closed lower than we opened. And on gold, that was nowhere near the case. We closed up at the high of the day. So still some weakness comparatively. The miners are not as strong as gold, and certainly that's not a good sign for the miners, but it was a green day, so I guess we can't complain too much. But look at what stands out here on this chart over the past 2 weeks. Higher opens have led to lower closes 5 times in the past 9 days, past 8 days. So that's significant for the pattern. And every time we have seen a higher open, we have seen a lower close. So that is a very consistent pattern over the past 2 weeks. We're coming up on this lower high pattern here. 2281 is resistance. And anything under 2281 is just a lower high in this bounce. So because we're coming off of the low, it's unlikely that we're going to break that level. We will likely have to form a higher low and then see a higher high to try and change this trend on the daily time frame. Weekly time frame is coming up to this key middle Bollinger Band resistance. We have rejected from this level many times in the past 3 months, and here we are again. That's 2260. It's going to be tested this next week. So the bulls are close to turning around some trends on the daily time frame, getting some momentum back in their favor. Again, in the last video I did, I said the hourly time frame is bullish. The daily time frame is bullish in the short term, but still in a lower high pattern, and the weekly time frame is in a lower high pattern as well. So the longer you look out, the more bearish we are with regards to the daily and the weekly, but the hourly time frame was still very strong last night during that video. So bulls have some momentum. Let's see what they can do with it. They need higher lows and higher highs, and they need that break of 2281 this coming week. GDXJ has a lot more work to do. Same thing, not a really strong candlestick at all. Resistance is up at 3421. Anything under 3421 is a lower high, keeping the bears in full control. On the weekly time frame here, we're not even really close to testing resistance, but it's getting very tight in the sense that we have our low, we have our lower high on the bounce, higher low. If we can break that 3505, we have a higher low and a higher high and the makings of a trend change, and we'll see a bullish MACD cross if that follows through. So where we are positioned, the bulls have the potential to turn things around to a degree on the daily time frame, but because of the strong move that we've seen on gold so far, needing some consolidation, and because of the oversold bounce that is inevitable on the dollar, we will likely see some consolidation before breaking these lower highs on these daily time frames for these bull miners. So that's what I'm going to be watching going into next week. Pretty much every day, what I would do if I were playing these miners is I would wake up and look at what is the dollar doing. Is the dollar forming signs of a bullish reversal? Are we seeing an oversold bounce get underway? Are we seeing the hourly time frame start to form higher lows and higher highs? If that were the case, I would likely look to bear miners. If it's not the case, and if we keep seeing bear flags on this hourly time frame, then I would look to the bull miners. So that is pretty much the basis, watching the hourly time frames for both the dollar and gold, because if gold breaks its higher low pattern on the hourly, that will be a very clear bear break as well. I'm looking at the most recent support up here from consolidation. Having a really hard time dragging that line, so we'll make a new one. So it's that low right here at 1248.91. That's the key support on the hourly for me, and we're potentially forming a bull flag. We'll have to see how that goes Sunday. But if we break this level of 1248.91, we will see the makings of consolidation, in my opinion. So that's what we've got. I appreciate you watching. Keep your eye on that dollar and gold correlation. See you soon.